Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm really happy to have you here today. If you want to speak English more confidently, more naturally, and without fear, this episode is perfect for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, your co-host. Today we're talking about a powerful idea that many English learners need: think less, speak more. This simple idea can completely change the way you speak English.
Yes, many learners think too much before they speak. They worry about grammar. They worry about mistakes. They worry about sounding perfect. And because of that, they speak slowly, or they don't speak at all.
Exactly. When you think too much, your brain becomes slow. But when you relax and speak naturally, even if it's not perfect, you actually sound more confident and more fluent.
So in this episode, we're going to explain why you overthink, how to stop overthinking, and how to speak more easily by using simple strategies.
We'll also give you real-life examples, fast-speaking activities, and practical tips you can use today to speak English more confidently.
All right, let's get started and learn how to think less and speak more. So, let's talk about why overthinking stops you from speaking English. This is something almost every learner experiences. When you try to speak, your brain starts asking too many questions. Is this correct? Is my grammar right? What if I make a mistake? And suddenly, your brain freezes.
Yes, exactly. Overthinking creates stress. And when you feel stressed, your brain becomes slow. It can't find the right words fast enough, so instead of speaking, you pause, you hesitate, or you stay quiet.
Another big reason is that learners often think in their native language first. They create a sentence in their language, then try to translate it into English. That translation step makes speaking much slower.
Right? And while you're translating, you're also checking grammar, checking vocabulary, and trying to sound perfect. It's too much for the brain at one time.
Overthinking also comes from fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of being judged, fear of looking not good enough. But here's the truth. Mistakes are normal. They actually help you learn faster.
Exactly. When you focus too much on perfection, you forget the most important part of speaking: communication. People want to understand your message. They don't care if your grammar is 100% perfect.
So, the main problem is not English. It's the habit of thinking too much before speaking.
And in the next part, we'll show you simple ways to train your brain to relax and speak more naturally without overthinking every word.
Now let's talk about how you can train your brain to think less while speaking. The first thing to understand is this: your goal is not perfect English. Your goal is clear communication. When you accept this, your brain relaxes. Your speaking becomes faster and more natural.
Absolutely. One great way to think less is to use simple, automatic sentences. These are sentences you use again and again until they become natural. For example, I think, in my opinion, I'm not sure. But when these patterns become automatic, your brain stops working too hard.
Another technique I love is something I call the fast mouth, slow mind technique. It means you don't wait for the perfect sentence. You just start speaking, and your brain will follow. The moment you open your mouth, your mind begins to find the words.
Yes! It's amazing how the brain works. When you start speaking, your brain becomes more active. But when you wait quietly and try to think first, your brain slows down. So sometimes speaking first is actually easier.
Another helpful tip is to focus on the message, not the grammar. Instead of thinking, "Is this sentence correct?" think, "What do I want to say?" When you shift your focus to the message, everything becomes simpler.
And finally, practice speaking in low-pressure situations. Talk to yourself while you cook, walk, or clean. Practice small sentences. When the pressure is low, you train your brain to speak more freely.
Exactly. The more relaxed you are, the less your brain overthinks. And that's the secret to speaking better. Relax, speak, and let the words come naturally. Let's move on to something very important: building confidence with simple English. Many learners think they need big, advanced words to sound smart or fluent. But actually, simple English is the key to speaking with confidence.
Exactly. Native speakers use simple English all the time. They don't speak like textbooks. They use short sentences, clear words, and easy expressions, and that's what makes communication fast and natural.
When you use simple English, your brain has less work to do. You don't need to search for difficult vocabulary. You don't need to build long, complicated sentences. So, you feel less nervous and your speaking becomes faster.
Let me give a quick example. Instead of saying, "I would appreciate it if you could assist me with this matter," you can simply say, "Can you help me with this?" Same meaning, but much easier and more natural.
That's a great example. And when you speak simply, people understand you better. You feel more successful. And that success builds confidence.
Here's another tip. Use common patterns. Things like, "I like," "I want to," "I don't know." I think maybe these are simple, but you can use them in almost any situation.
Exactly. Simple English is powerful. It helps you speak more, think less, and feel confident every time you open your mouth.
So remember, fluency is not about using big words. It's about speaking clearly and confidently with simple English.
Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful ideas for speaking fluently. Speaking from feeling, not translation. Many learners translate every word in their head before they speak, and that makes speaking slow and stressful.
Yes, and translation is not natural. When native speakers talk, they don't translate. They feel the meaning. For example, when you're happy, you naturally say, "I'm happy." You don't think about grammar or structure. The feeling brings the words.
Exactly. When you connect emotions to English words, your brain remembers them faster. For example, if you feel surprised, you can use expressions like, "Really? No way. Are you serious?" These come out naturally when you feel the emotion.
Right. And here's a simple practice. When you feel something in daily life, happy, tired, excited, annoyed, try to say the feeling in English, don't translate it. Just react with a natural English expression.
Another great method is to use English in real emotional moments. Like when you're watching a movie and you're excited, say something like, "Wow, that's amazing." Or when you're confused, say, "I don't get it." The more you link English to real feelings, the faster you speak.
And remember, speaking from feeling makes your English sound more alive, more real, and more natural. It stops the overthinking because you're not building sentences, you're expressing emotions.
So the key is simple. Don't translate your thoughts. Feel the moment, feel the emotion, and let the English words come out naturally. Now let's talk about how to reduce mental translation step by step. This is one of the biggest challenges for English learners, but with the right approach, you can really improve your speaking speed.
Yes. The first step is to notice when you translate. Many learners don't even realize they're translating in their mind. So when you speak, pay attention. Are you thinking in your native language first? Are you building a sentence before speaking?
Exactly. Once you notice it, the second step is to switch to keyword thinking. That means you don't think in full sentences. You only think of key words. For example, instead of thinking, "I would like to know where the bathroom is," your brain only thinks bathroom where.
Right. And then your mouth creates the simple sentence, "Where is the bathroom?" This makes speaking much faster because your mind only focuses on the idea, not the whole translation.
The third step is to use English for simple daily decisions. For example, when you decide what to eat, think "I want rice." When you plan your day, think "I will go to the shop." These small moments train your brain to think directly in English.
Another helpful method is to use English lists in your head. For example, when you see objects around you, name them quickly in English: chair, table, phone, door. This reduces translation because you're building direct connections between objects and English words.
And the final step is to practice small conversations in your mind. Not full sentences, just quick English thoughts. Like, "I'm tired. I need water that looks nice." These short thoughts build the habit of thinking directly in English.
So remember, step by step, reduce translation. Start with keywords, use simple English thoughts, and make English part of your daily mental life.
Now, let's move into one of the most fun and helpful parts of this episode: fast thinking activities. These activities are designed to train your brain to respond quickly in English without overthinking.
Yes, and the best part is, you can practice them anywhere, at home, outside, even while walking. The goal is to make your brain faster so your speaking becomes easier.
The first activity is word association. It's simple. You hear a word, and you immediately say the first English word that comes to your mind. For example, if I say coffee, you might say morning. If I say sun, you might say hot. No thinking, just quick reactions.
Exactly. And this is powerful because it teaches your brain to create quick English connections without translating. It trains speed and fluency at the same time.
Another great activity is object naming. Wherever you are, look around and name things fast in English. Phone, window, chair, shoes, bag. The faster you do it, the more you train your brain to think in English automatically.
And one of my favorites is the 5-second speaking rule. You give yourself only 5 seconds to answer a question. For example, "What did you eat today?" You must answer quickly, "I ate rice," no thinking, no long pauses. Just a fast, simple answer.
That's a great one. Another activity is short, quick response questions. For example, someone asks tea or coffee. You answer fast, "Coffee." These small moments help your brain get used to fast decisions in English.
All of these exercises build speed, confidence, and fluency. They take you out of the thinking mode and put you into the speaking mode.
Exactly. The more you train your brain to think fast, the less you will overthink, and the more natural your speaking becomes. Now, let's talk about shadowing and repetition. Two techniques that help you speak faster and naturally. Shadowing is simple. You listen to English and repeat it at the same time, trying to copy the rhythm, tone, and pronunciation.
Yes, it's like following a shadow. You speak just after the speaker or at the same time. It trains your brain to process English quickly instead of pausing to think about every word.
For example, you can take a short sentence from a podcast or a movie, "I'm going to the store." Play it and repeat it exactly as you hear it. Try to match the speed and intonation.
Repetition is key. The more you repeat, the more your brain learns automatic patterns. Soon your mouth produces English words almost without thinking. That's exactly what we want. Less thinking, more speaking.
And shadowing is not just for sentences. You can shadow short conversations, dialogues, or even expressions you hear daily. It trains your ears, your mouth, and your mind all at the same time.
Exactly. So practice shadowing and repetition regularly. It's one of the fastest ways to reduce overthinking and speak more naturally in English.
Now, let's share a real-life example of how thinking less and speaking more can change your English. I know a student, Ali, who was very shy and always worried about making mistakes.
Yes, Ali used to think a lot before speaking. Every time he wanted to say something, he paused, translated, and corrected himself in his head. As a result, he barely spoke at all.
Then he started practicing small, simple sentences and used shadowing exercises. He also tried speaking from feeling instead of translating. At first, it felt strange, but he kept practicing every day.
After a few weeks, Ali's speaking improved a lot. He became faster, more confident, and even enjoyed conversations in English. His friends noticed he sounded much more natural.
Exactly. This story shows that overthinking is a habit you can change. With practice, your brain learns to speak directly in English, and confidence grows naturally.
So if you feel stuck or nervous, remember Ali's example. Start small, practice regularly, and trust the process. Speaking comes with action, not just thinking.
Now it's time for a quick practice activity. This one is simple, fun, and will help you speak faster in English. Ready, Julia?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Everyone listening, follow along with us. The goal is to answer quickly without thinking too much. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak.
Okay. First question. What's your favorite food? Go. Speak quickly.
I'll go first. Pizza. See? Short, simple, fast.
Perfect. Now your turn, listeners. Say it out loud. What's your favorite food? Quick answer. No thinking.
Next question. What do you like to do on weekends? I say I like to watch movies. Simple, clear, and fast.
Yes. Listeners, try it now. What do you like to do on weekends? Speak quickly. Don't translate. Don't worry about grammar. Just say it.
Last one. How are you feeling today? I say I'm feeling happy. Again, short and natural.
That's the key. Quick answers, short sentences, fast speaking. The more you practice this, the less you'll overthink, and the more confident you'll become in English. All right, let's quickly recap what we learned today. The main idea is simple. Think less, speak more. Stop overthinking grammar or translation and focus on expressing your ideas.
Exactly. We talked about using simple English, speaking from feelings, reducing mental translation step by step, and practicing fast thinking exercises. All of these help your brain speak faster and more confidently.
We also shared the story of Ali, who improved his speaking by taking action instead of overthinking. His example shows that small daily practice makes a big difference.
And don't forget shadowing, repetition, and interactive speaking activities. They help your brain form automatic English patterns. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.
So, the final motivation for today is don't wait for perfection. Speak now. make mistakes, learn, and speak more. Confidence grows when you take action, not when you overthink.
Yes, remember, fluency is a journey. Every word you speak, every sentence you try, brings you closer to speaking English naturally. So keep practicing and keep speaking.
And that's a wrap for today's episode on Think Less, Speak More. We hope you found these tips useful and that you're ready to practice speaking English more confidently.
Yes. Remember, the key is action, not perfection. Speak more, make mistakes, learn, and enjoy the process. Fluency comes step by step.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our English Learning Podcast, like this video, and share it with your friends who want to speak English naturally.
And leave us a comment. Tell us which tip you're going to try first or share your own experiences practicing English. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next episode.